हरे कृष्ण। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं तपो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. We will be reading from Canto 2, chapter number 8, sloka number 6. Dautatma Purusah Krishna. Dautatma Purusah Krishna. Padamulam namunchati. Padamulam namunchati. मुक्त सर्व परिक्लेश मुक्त सर्व परिक्लेश पांत स्वशरणं यता पांत स्वशरणं यता। दौतात्मा पुरुष कृष्ण पादमूलं न मुंचति। मुक्त सर्व परिक्लेश पांत स्वशरणं यता। बहुतात्मा पुरुष कृष्ण पादमूलं न मुंचति। पांत स्वशरणं यता। Gopatma Purusha Krishna Padamulam Namunchate Gopatma Purusha Krishna Padamulam Namunchate Mukta Sarva Pariklesha Anta Swasaranam Yata. Mataji's. Gautatma Purusha Krishna Padamulam Namunchate Mukta Sarva Pariklesha Anta Swasaranam Yata. Dautatma, whose heart has been cleansed, Purusaha, the living being, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Padamulam, the shelter of the lotus feet, Na, never, Munchati, gives up, Mukta, liberated, Sarva, all, Pariklesha, of all miseries of life, Pantaha, the traveler, Swasaranam, in his own abode, Yata, as it were. Translation. A pure devotee of the Lord, whose heart has once been cleansed by the process of devotional service, never relinquishes the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, for they fully satisfy him, as a traveler is satisfied at home after a troubled journey. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. One who is not a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord Krishna is not completely cleansed in the heart, but a perfectly cleansed person never quits the devotional service of the Lord. In discharging such devotional service, as ordered by Brahmaji or Narada in the preaching of Srimad Bhagavatam, sometimes a representative of the Lord engaged in preaching work meets various so-called difficulties. This was exhibited by Lord Nityananda when he delivered the two fallen souls, Jagai and Madai. Similarly, Lord Jesus Christ was crucified by the non-believers. But such difficulties are very gladly suffered by the devotees in preaching, because in such activities, although apparently very severe, the devotees of the Lord feel transcendental pleasure because the Lord is satisfied. Prahlad Maharaj suffered greatly, but still he never forgot the lotus feet of the Lord. This is because a pure devotee of the Lord is so purified in his heart that he cannot leave the shelter of Lord Krishna in any circumstances. There is no self-interest in such service. The progress of culturing knowledge by the jnanis or the bodily gymnastics by the yogis are ultimately given up by the respective performers. But a devotee of the Lord cannot give up the service of the Lord, for he is ordered by his spiritual master. Pure devotees like Narada and Nityananda Prabhu take up the order of the spiritual master as the sustenance of life. They do not mind what becomes of the future of their lives. They take the matter very seriously, as the order comes from the higher authority, from the representative of the Lord, or from the Lord himself. The example set herein is very appropriate. A traveler leaves home to search for wealth in far distant places, sometimes in the forest and sometimes in the ocean, sometimes on hilltops. Certainly there are many troubles for the traveler when he is in such unknown places. But all such troubles are at once mitigated as soon as the sense of his family affection is remembered. And as soon as he returns home, he forgets all such troubles on the way. A pure devotee of the Lord is exactly in a family tie with the Lord, and therefore he is undeterred in discharging his duty in a full affectionate tie with the Lord. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamcha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadhanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dena Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyacha Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. A pure devotee of the Lord, whose heart has been cleansed by the process of devotional service, never relinquishes the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna, for they fully satisfy him, as a traveler is satisfied at home after a troubled journey. So we can see here in this particular section, the Shravanam is glorified. I will just give the summary of the class in 2 minutes. So we will be discussing how the Shravanam, the hearing process, purifies a person, and the purification leads to steadiness. So once the Anartha Nivrutti happens, then comes the steadiness, Nishtha. When a devotee gets that Nishtha platform, he never gives up the bhakti. That is what mentioned here. Once his heart is purified, his faith is so strong, he never gives up the process of bhakti. Even in the difficulties of preaching, sometimes they may be preaching and there may be so many difficulties. Even difficulties are there, but they never give up this process of bhakti. Why they preach? So, because they have quality like titiksha and karunika, because they are compassionate to the other living entities. While showing their compassion, there may be difficulties, but they tolerate them. And that's why preacher is very dear to Krishna, because preacher is taking so many difficulties for the sake of Krishna. That's why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, he is very dear to me. Then we see how to preach, and also Prabhupada mentioned in the purport how a person takes so many troubles because of family affection. Because of family affection, he goes to distant places to earn money. Similarly, the devotees also, because they have affection with the Lord, they also go through the difficulties. Then we will see why pure devotees suffer, because Bhagavata Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu says, once a person starts practicing pure devotional service, the first characteristics is Kleshagni, the suffering will be removed. Then why we see pure devotees are suffering, and how to deal with the suffering in our own life. And finally, we will see how what is in our hands is to do sadhana and to not commit offenses. If we take care of these two things, then Krishna will take care of the delivering a person. Krishna is compassionate person. He, alayaya. Alayaya means he is always alert. So if we do our duty, if we give our level best, Krishna will take care of the rest. So the previous verse, it is mentioning, Pravishta Karnarandrena Swanam Bhava Saroruham Dunoti Samalam Krishna Salilasya Yada Sharat. So, Pravishta Karnarandrena, when we hear or when we chant the Krishna's name, Krishna's Leela, they enter through the ear holes and then from there they enter the heart. Then what Krishna does there, he weakens the Sattva, Raja, Tamogun, the impressions are there in the heart. He weakens them, he removes all the sinful tendencies when Krishna enters. Then that is how he purifies the heart. This verse is, that is how it is mentioned specifically Karnarandrena. It is not that Krishna enters through only ears. When we take darshan, Krishna is entering through our eyes. When we morning they apply scent. When we smell it, actually Krishna is entering through our nose. When we take prasad, Krishna is entering through our tongue, through mouth. So Krishna is entering in so many ways. But specifically, Karnarandrena is mentioned because it is very important. Hearing is very, very important. Although there are so many ways Krishna enters us, the predominant way is hearing about him, chanting about him, chanting his name and hearing it. So that is how we can say similar verse comes in the Srimad Bhagavatam 2nd chapter also. Srunvata Swakata Krishna Punya Sravana Kirtana Hridayantosto Hya Bhadrane Vidinoti Suhrut Satam. Here also it is mentioned Pravishta Karnarendrena Swanam Bhava Saroruham Dunoti Samalang Krishna. There also Vidunoti Suhrut Sadam. There also Dona Dunoti means Krishna washes that place, the heart. He cleanses the heart. That's why by hearing so many devotees got connected. Srutva gunan bhavana sundara srunvatam te nirvishya karna vevarai haratong rupam drusam drusimatam akilardalabam tvayachyuta vichittam apatrapam me. Rukmini Devi prays. By hearing about you, I shamelessly fixed my mind upon you. Like that she, in her love letter to Krishna, she mentions it. Similarly, she never even met Krishna. She just heard about Krishna and she developed attachment to Krishna. Similarly, Nagapatnis, they never met Krishna. They only heard from Raja, some people come to sell the vegetables, etc. They speak among themselves that the Nagapatnis heard. By hearing about Krishna, they developed attachment to Krishna. So, hearing is very, very important. That's why in the previous sloka, Karnarandrena is mentioned. So then what happens by hearing? By hearing, the purification takes place. The faith increases in a person. That is how we do sadhu sangha. First is Shraddha. Then sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya, anardhani vrutti, nishta. The initial faith is very, very weak. Initially one may be coming to temple, but the faith is very weak. It is like a banana tree. If an elephant comes, it can easily uproot the banana trunk and throws it away. Similarly, the initial days, if a strong atheistic person comes, he can easily shake the faith of a person. But when that person, he associates with devotees and he starts chanting, then another nivrutti happens. The unwanted things in the heart will be removed. Then his faith becomes strong like banyan tree. There is one banyan tree in Karnataka, which is spread over so many, almost around a kilometer or something like that, I heard. Such a huge banyan tree. Even if elephant tries also, nothing can happen. That is how the nishta, the faith of the devotee after another nivrutti. So actually I am not qualified to speak about this. For me this is all theory only. I myself is struggling with my anarthas. This verse is speaking about the person who has crossed the Anardas, who is in the Nishta platform. As a theory, we will discuss this. I will discuss this. So the faith increases very strong when the heart becomes clean. That's why Dautatma Purusha Krishna Padamulam Namunchati. Whatever happens, he will never give up the process of bhakti or lotus feet of Krishna. This comes even in the Bhagavad Gita also. Yesham tantagata papam jananam punya karmana tedvandva moha nirmukta bhajante mam drudavrata. So whose sins are eradicated, who has done pious activities, they can do the bhakti very with determination. So Acharya says bhakti and piety has no link. If we do piety, we give charity, we do so many other activities. For that, we will get reaction in the form of heavenly planets, etc. But bhakti and pious activities have no relation. So Acharya gives the Punya Karmana mentioned in this sloka is Sravanam and Kirtanam. Bhakti related activity, chanting and hearing. By that, what happens? Esham Antagata Papam. Antagata Papam mentioned in this verse is Anardhani Vrutti. Drudavrata, Bhajante Mam Drudavrata, that Drudavrata is Nishta. So, by doing the Bhajana Kriya, Punya Karmana, Sravanam and Kirtanam, Antagata Papam, the Anardas are removed. Then what happens? Bhajante Mam Drudavrata, he fixes up, he is in a steady state and he practices bhakti with determination. That is how we can say he will never leave the bhakti. If there are some iron, Balram Shakti Prabhu is giving an example. If there are some iron filings, small iron powder, if a huge wind comes, it can blow it away like anything. Recently, we experienced huge winds. Even a big billboard was collapsed. Then what to speak of small iron filings. But if there is a huge magnet, imagine a magnet of this temple all size. That huge magnet is there, and these iron filings got attached to that magnet. However the wind comes, they don't flew away. Because they are attached to this huge magnet. So it is not the greatness of that iron filings, but it is the greatness of the magnet. Now the competition is between the magnet and the wind. Because how this much huge magnet, it can't be moved by and the iron filings attached to it also, they don't flew away. That is what mentioned, Dautatma Purusha Krishna Padamulam Namanchati. Because he is attached to Krishna, Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durtiya. Now Maya, it is between Maya and Krishna. But Maya is Krishna's energy only. So it no longer troubles that particular living entity. So that's why here we can say when a person he travels outside, so many difficulties. Like we took some Andhra people to Jaipur Yatra. So many troubles in the sense. Of course, there is a bliss of darshan, bliss of association. But they miss Andhra food, Andhra prasad. they want dosha, idli, all those things. But that is not given there. And traveling, so many difficulties. We took a train at Jaipur and we were traveling. We need to get down at Mathura. Night train. There is no place to enter only. Somehow we entered. All our seats are occupied by some people. It took us half an hour to convince. Journey is 3-4 hours. Half an hour to settle down. And one family, they are traveling with a small baby, 3 months baby. And they occupied one of our seat. So legally it is our seat. But how can we say, you mother to get up, you stand with the 3-month baby. So one of our devotee, he sacrificed his sleep. He sat down that 4 hours. So in that way, for us also travel, can you imagine that that person need to go to Gorakhpur from Jaipur with the small baby. So in that way, there are so many troubles in the travel. We got at Mathura Junction, 3 hours in the wind, cold wind, we sat, we completed our rounds. Again another train to Vijayawada. Again they reached home. Some of the people are very newcomers. The first thing they did is, after going home, they ate masala dosha. Because which they are missing for a long time. They called me and told this is what they did. So similarly, when North Indians, when they go to South, they also have problems. Sri Rangam Yatra, like that, they come and say rice, sambar, rasam, chas. 1 or 2 days is fine, but for long time, they become, it is very difficult. Previously, I used to complain about our kitchen. The prasad is not very tasty, sabji is not good, dal is not good, masala is more, all that. But for IYS Yatra, advance party, I went for the 3 advance parties I went. For 3 yatras, each yatra 2 minimum. So after going to there, we stay in some temples. Sometimes we take in Vaishnava hotels. After that experience, when I came back, when I go to the kitchen, I feel so satisfied. This much quality prasad, this much nourishing prasad, this much satisfying prasad, I can't find anywhere. That is what even Sri Vishwambar Prabhu was telling yesterday. I was sitting next to him. He was telling, I take prasad at many places, but the kind of taste and the nourishment that comes from our kitchen prasad, I can't find in other places. Of course, it is not minimizing because it is our home temple. We like it, and it is also the kitchen team did so much great efforts. So that is how, after so much journey and after missing their local food, once a person reaches home, he feels no more yatra for 1 year. At least I will stay here at home only. Here also, it is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur mentions, what about this person? After journey, he may go again after some time. So, Mukta Sarva Pariklesha, he no need to go anywhere because he earned so much money, he no need to go again. So, those who reach Krishna's lotus feet in a Nishtha way, they never give it up. So, that is how here we can read the Prabhupada purport. But in discharging such devotional service as ordered by Brahmaji to Narada in the preaching of Srimad Bhagavatam, sometimes a representative of the Lord engaged in preaching work meets various so-called difficulties. This was exhibited by Lord Nityananda when he delivered the 2 fallen souls, Jagai and Madai. And similarly, Lord Jesus Christ was crucified by the non-believers. But such difficulties are very gladly suffered by the devotees in preaching, because in such activities, although apparently very severe, the devotees of the Lord feel transcendental pleasure because the Lord is satisfied. So in this way, while discharging the devotees, because they are so purified and they are so feeling pleasure, although there may be difficulties in the preaching, they tolerate them. Pure devotees are like doctors. Just as a doctor, he diagnoses what is the disease, what are the symptoms, and he gives the medicine. Similarly, pure devotees also, they find diagnosis. So, what is the diagnosis of this disease? They are forgetful about Krishna. And what are the symptoms? Birth, death, old age disease. They are suffering. How can I see them suffering? That is how Prabhupada, he left the comfortable place and went. And they give medicine, the bhakti process, because they have this titikshava karunika suhruda sarvadehinam ajata shatrava shanta sadhavo sadhubhushanam. They have this, but not everyone appreciates a doctor. Doctor may be appreciated by adult. I was speaking with one doctor. He told the only profession where we get to very much glorification is doctor profession, because people, oh, you saved my life. You are like a god, like that also they say. But not everyone. Children, they don't like doctor. When the children don't eat food, mother tells, should I call doctor? He will give injection. Immediately, the children eat. I was traveling in the train. One family was there opposite. So, the grandmother is feeding the baby. And he was not eating. So he told, if you don't eat, I will give you to Baba. Means referring to me. I also told, if you don't eat, I will take you with me. So she ate out of fear. So similarly, they call, I will call you doctor, because The child is innocent. He don't know that doctor gives injection for my benefit. He feels that doctor is troubling me. He gives me pain. That is how the preaching is, in one sense, thankless task, uh, where even if you follow up for people, come for yatra, they feel that maybe he will get commission by this, or maybe his mother and sister will get free yatra. That's why he is after us. Like that, people in the initial stages, they keep thinking like this. So we can see here Nityananda Prabhu and Jagai Madai, he was delivered. At that time, the society was so pure. Previously, at the time of Parikshit Maharaj, there was no place for the Kali. The brothels are not there, slaughterhouses are not there, casinos not there, and wine shops are not there. All these things are not there during Parikshit Maharaj's time. That's why when he gave place to the Kali, you remain in this place. He told, where will I? In your kingdom, there is no such place. Even in 500 years ago, the Jagai Madai, what since they did is same thing only. They were drinking, they are doing the women hunting, and they are eating meat. At that time also society is pure. They rejected them. The Brahmana society, they told this Jagai Madai are fallen. They rejected. Navadip at that time, they are neither practicing bhakti, at the same time, they are condemning the devotees also, they are condemning the Jagai Madai also. They are condemning devotees. What is the use of doing Ekadasi? Why are you practicing chastity? Why are you taking sannyas? Finally, you will also die, we will also die. Like that, they are condemning the devotees. They are condemning the Jagai Madai also. At the same time, they are not engaging in the sinful activities also. So they rejected them. But Nityananda Prabhu, he felt Karunika Titiksha. So he felt compassionate. Oh, these people are suffering. And he went to preach them, please chant Hare Krishna. They have actually hurted him. Then he exhibited Titiksha. Titiksha means tolerance. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to kill the Jagai Madai, Nityananda Prabhu told, please forgive them. This is you came to kill the ignorance, not kill the bodies of the people. That is how we can see. Prabhupada also mentioned Jesus Christ. He also exhibited these two qualities, Titiksha and Karunika. So Jesus Christ was thinking, why people are suffering? Because they don't have God consciousness. Let me teach them God consciousness. That is how Jesus Christ, he was preaching, and the non-believers, they crucified him. Even at that time also he was telling, these people, whoever is troubling me, they don't know what is truth. So please forgive them. That is how he exhibited the Titiksha. So Prabhupada emphasizes these two qualities, Karunika and Titiksha, in the devotees. Prabhupada also mentions, sometimes people say Jesus Christ is the only son. But Bhagavad Gita says, Mame Vamso Jeva Loke Jeva Bhuta Sanastana Manas Sastan Indriyani Prakrutistani Karshati. Mame Vamso Jeva Loke Jeva Bhuta Sanatana. All the Amshas are my sons only. So all the living entities, human beings, the trees, everyone is Krishna's son only. Then what is meant by only son? So Prabhupada mentions, he is not the only son, he is the real son. So sometimes father feels, he is my real. Father may be having so many children. One of them is very much pleased. He tells, he is my real son, because he is doing what is my interest. So that is how he is the. Otherwise, other people are also there. They say, oh God, please give us daily bread. And then God gives the daily bread. They eat it. They get strength. And they use that strength to do the sinful activity. Sinful activity means what? Exploiting the other living entities. So which the Father doesn't like. So Jesus Christ, he exhibited the duty of the Father. That's why he is the real son. He is not the only son, but he is the real son. There are three sons. One father has three sons. He has a business. One of them, he engaged in the sinful activities. He takes money from the father He purchases alcohol, he drinks, and he troubles other brothers also. The second son, he is selfish person. He want to take money from the father. He is interested only in father's money and only father's position. He is waiting when the father will die, I will occupy his post. And the third son, he is sharing responsibility with father. He is also expanding the business. So the first son is karmakandis, or people who akarminai, who are vikarmis. They take money from the father, they engage in the sinful activities. Second is the jnanis, etc., who are interested in the father's position. They want to become God. And the third son is a devotee who is interested in the spreading the holy name, because father's business is he wants as many people as towards him. So he is doing that business. That's why it is mentioned the second son who is interested only father's property. So there is one person, he became very old. His son is like the second son who is only interested in the father's money and father's position. So when he became old, he kept the father in the veranda. Even in the South India also, in the villages, when someone becomes old, they don't keep him inside the home, they keep him in the veranda there, because they continuously cough and they spit the sputum and all. He kept him and giving him meager food, little food. Why to, anyway, he is not contributing anything now. Why to give him very good food? And the father was living like that. And one day the father saw a cat is coming and biting the broomstick. So he is also on the verge of death, and he saw the cat biting the broomstick, and he made some sound. He can't speak. Sputum is obstructing his throat. Then the son ran out and saw father is making some sound. Then son thought, maybe father want to reveal me some treasure. He might have kept some treasure somewhere. So he will tell me that. So he decided whether should I spend, anyway he is about to die, should I invest money or not on him. Finally he decided, what if the treasure is more costly? Let me invest. He called a doctor and gave some treatment so that he can speak the treasure truth. As soon as the father got the speech, he told, the cat is biting the broomstick. Why don't you take care? And he died. So the son, who is thinking that he will reveal me some treasure truth, he felt very angry. But the father is already gone. So that is how some of the people, they are interested only in the father's money. Just like Krishna's money, I will take them and I will engage in sinful activities. But Jesus Christ, he sacrificed his life for the sake of father. That's why Prabhupada mentioned he is not the only son, but he is the real son. Prabhupada mentions it is not that everyone need to sacrifice their life, but they can sacrifice their energy. Anyone who sacrifice their energy in terms of resources, their various things that they can give to Krishna, they are also real sons only. Like Jatayu. Jatayu sacrificed the life, whereas Hanumanji, he sacrificed his energy. Both are the real sons of Lord Ram. So that is how here it is mentioned. In so many ways, even though trouble comes, they never give up, these devotees. We can see Narada Muni. Narada Muni also felt compassion to Haryasvas and Savalasvas. He delivered all of them. And he felt compassionate to Daksha also. He went to Daksha after sending everyone to renunciation. Daksha felt very angry. Daksha cursed Narada Muni. May you never get a residence anyway. So Narada Muni, still he stayed some time there, thinking that since Daksha cursed me, maybe he may feel repentant. He may feel repentant and he will beg forgiveness from me. Then I will teach him. Then he will absorb whatever I am telling. But Daksha, because of the remnants of offenses that he has done to Lord Shiva, still he did not feel that repentance. So Prabhupada also mentions, even the children of my parents of my disciples, they also cursed me. That's why I have so many temples, nowhere I can stay. I keep traveling because of their curse. The progress of culturing knowledge by the jnanis or the bodily gymnastics by the yogis are ultimately given up by the respective performers. But a devotee of the Lord cannot give up the service of the Lord. For he is ordered by his spiritual master. So it is that's why the bhakti process continues. The remaining other process we can't do eternally. Like if my goal is to go to Delhi, the sadhana I take is train. After reaching the Delhi, I don't stay in the train. I give up the train and go to Delhi city. Similarly, all others are like charity is there. Charity is a sadhana to go to heavenly planets. Once he reaches, he don't do charity in the heavenly planets. There everyone is rich. Or Jnani is there. He do the Jnana path and he reaches Brahma Jyoti. He don't continue the Jnana there because in Brahma Jyoti there is no activity. They give up their path. But that's why it is mentioned to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities mentioned in the Vedas. That is the eighth offense. Because all these activities we need to give up after some time, after achieving the goal. But bhakti, chanting Hare Krishna is sadhana initially, but it becomes a sadhya. It is the goal also. So that's why Prabhupada mentioned Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, Pavitram Idamuttamam, Pratyakshavagamam Dharmyam, Susukam Kartum Avyayam. Prabhupada translates the Avyayam as the never diminishes. Even after liberation also, one continues to practice the bhakti. A traveler leaves home to search for wealth in far distant places, sometimes in the forest and sometimes on the ocean and sometimes on hilltops. Certainly there are many troubles for the traveler when he is in such unknown places, but all such troubles are at once mitigated as soon as the sense of his family affection is remembered. And as soon as he returns home, he forgets all such troubles on the way. So the traveler, he goes far distant places to earn money. There are so many troubles, but he remembers the family there. If we see so many people who are driving taxi here, they are all coming from the North India. They sleep in the taxi only. So much trouble, but they are able to overcome the trouble by remembering okay, my family will be happy. So we have one brahmachari before joining the ashram, he was working in Dubai. So the place where he was working is a factory, so much hot. Whenever he feels hot, he goes to his locker and open and see those dinars. Then he feels cool. Again, he keeps them back. That is what motivated him. Okay, it is hot, but if I work hard, I will get the money. So that's why 90% of working people, they eat cold tiffin. For what purpose? So that their family can have the hot lunch. So that is what making them go on. So similarly, it is mentioned, a pure devotee of the Lord is exactly in a family tie with the Lord. And therefore he is undeterred in discharging his duty in a full affectionate tie with the Lord. Similarly, a pure devotee of the Lord, just like this traveler, there are difficulties, he remembers his family and continues his duties. Similarly, a pure devotee of the Lord also, he remembers the Lord. He is in family connection with the Lord. The Lord is his family member, like Madhavendra Puri. For himself, he even don't beg also. He actually ayachita vritti. He don't even beg for himself food also. If someone gives, he accepts. But for the sake of the Lord, he is ready to travel long distances so that he can bring the chandan. So this is the pure devotee because he has the family relationship with the Lord. Pragada premerayai swabhava achar nija dukkha vignadi nakare vichar. So if one has a pragada prema, he don't think about these obstacles, misery, all these things. That's why we can see even in this place, the flower strings are there on the altar. Every day they are keeping, the DT department, they decided we'll keep those flower morning with so much trouble they keep, and evening they remove. So we may say, if someone may feel that anyway will remove in the evening, why to keep? But every day they are keeping it is because of the love, the DT department. Now this is one example. So many people are out of love doing the garlands. Many are cooking. Many are doing backup services. Many are doing dressing and aratis. In that way, all this is out of prema. They are not considering it as a trouble and doing it as a service. We'll see why the devotees suffer. The devotees suffer, it is mentioned, pure devotional service. One of the qualities is kleshagni. Kleshagni means it removes the suffering, it burns away all the karma. But still we see pure devotees, they suffer, they get some diseases. So that is for the sake of glorification of the pure devotees. If only Prabhupada reached America in a flight and landed and preached and came back, we don't feel so much appreciation for Prabhupada. We feel, oh, Prabhupada went in the cargo ship, so many heart attacks. Our appreciation for Prabhupada, our increased so much. So to glorify the pure devotees and also to teach us, general people, how to respond in the when suffering comes. Like Radha Gopinath Prabhu is telling, there is one devotee, he was in the 4th stage cancer, and all the people are going and meeting him to console him, but he is consoling them. He is consoling them by when they come out of that ward, they are all feeling inspired. They are thinking whether he is sick or we are sick. That much, so to teach us how to respond in the suffering situations, because Krutadyuti, when Harshasoka was died, she started complaining. The Paramatma, the Supreme Lord, he is a very inexperienced person. How come son dies before father? Like that, we generally tend to criticize the Lord. Even when I came to Bhakti, initial years, the one devotee, he used to give us the example of TB. If you eat from the plate of a TB person, you will also get TB. Why? Because his fingers are touching the mouth and bacteria is entering that food. If anyone eats, they will also get the TB. Similarly, there is another TB person. If you eat that TB person food also, you will get another TB. That TB is transcendental bhakti. So he used to say like that. And I was I liked that example. Then after some years, I got tuberculosis. So I got tuberculosis and I called by that time my mentor shifted to Bombay. I called him and in a sarcastic way I told, I got TB Prabhu, not transcendental bhakti, but tuberculosis. So means indirectly what is underlying principle is, I am taken bhakti, I am chanting why this suffering is given to me. So to teach us how to respond when the suffering comes. Of course, my mentor, he did not tell me it is your karma. He responded in a empathetic way that is how I survived. So, and also to establish dharma. So Radha Gopinath Prabhu tells this example, if there is a huge stone, if we want to uplift through iron rod, that rod there should be another small stone is required below that rod to give support. Then only we can uplift that. Similarly, to uproot this adharma, he need another support. That is, and that rock should have so much strength. It should withstand the pressure that is coming. So that is how, who will withstand? Only the devotees withstand. That's why Krishna selects his own devotees like Pandavas. He selected the Pandavas. That's why you can see Pandavas going through so much suffering, because that he want to uproot the whole Kaurava dynasty, the adharma. Then we see how the Pandavas, they suffered. We can see from Kunti Maharani tells, Visan Mahagne, even they were given the poison, like it comes in the Mahabharata. After the Pandu left the body, they brought the Pandus and Madri's body to Hastinapur. Dhritarashtra arranged all the funeral rites. After everything is done, Pandavas, they slept on the floor for 12 days. They observed on the 13th day, they gave feast to all the people. Then they started staying together. While in the running race or scattering the dust, Bhima was very leading. He is defeating all the other Kauravas. So Bhima, he pulls the hair of them, Kauravas, and he drags them on the floor. And when some of the Kauravas, they climb the tree to pluck the fruits, Bhima goes and hits that tree, the base of the tree. He was so strong, with the shock, all the Kauravas, fruits, everyone falls there. So they are, but although he is doing, he don't have any ill intention. Intention is very good. We are playing like that. But Duryodhana's intention is very bad. Duryodhana, he was thinking, I need to kill this person. If I kill him, then I will arrest Yudhishthira, then I will only rule the kingdom. So with that intention, there is a place called Pramana Kota on the bank of Ganges. They constructed a palace. He told, we will all go there, we will do water pastimes. They went to there. And they entered the palace, and everyone is feeding each other. Duryodhana, he mixed the poison in the one particular food, and he personally fed Bhima, that too in large quantity. Bhima ate everything, and then they went to Ganges for sporting, swimming. After some time, they are all tired, and they went back to the palace, that what they have constructed on the bank. Bhima, he was too fatigued. He couldn't go to that palace. He slept on the bank only. He was felt unconscious. Immediately Duryodhana came. He tied both his feet and hands with the creepers, and he pushed him into the water. Bhima, he drowned inside, and because Ganges, see, coming from upper planets, she goes to lower planets also. In the lower planets only, at Kapilamuni ashram. So through that Ganges water, he went to lower planets, and he went to Naga's place. The Nagas, they started biting him, Bhima. Duryodhana gave him vegetable poison. Now the snake poison counteracted him. And Bhima became conscious because they neutralized, the poison neutralized, and he removed all the creepers, and he started beating the Nagas. Immediately they went and complained to Vasuki. Someone came from earthly planet and he is beating us. Vasuki came, and Vasuki along with one person, Arka. That Arka is actually grandfather of Kunti's father. So that Arka recognized, oh, he is my great-great-grandson. And he told Vasuki also, oh, your grandson, then we will give him all the jewels and all. Arka told, no, give him rasa. There is some sweet rice in the lower planets. By drinking it, one will get the 10,000 elephants strength. Give him that. So immediately they brought him the sweet rice. The Bhima face dished, and he drank one after one. He drank 8 jars of sweet rice, and then he slept. Meanwhile, the Pandavas, they were thinking, they did not see Bhima anywhere there. So they were thinking where Bhima went, and maybe he might have gone already to Hastinapur. They went and they inquired Kunti Maharani, did you see Bhima? He told, no, he did not come here. Then they all started lamenting. They suspected that he might have been killed. They went and told Vidura. Vidura told, no, Vyasadeva told Bhima has long life, he will come back. At least you take care of the remaining 4 children. So that is how they are there. And they are waiting for him. After he drank 8 jars of sweet rice. After 8 days, Bhima got up. It took 8 days for him to assimilate all that. He got up with so much strength. And the Nagas helped him. Okay, you come out. They helped him to brought that Pramana Kota place. And Bhima ran, and he offered obeisances to Kunti Maharani, Yudhishthir. Then he smelled the heads of Arjun, Nakul, and Sahadev. Then they all started crying in joy. And finally, Bhima told what happened all. The Duryodhana, he fed me poison and all this. Then Yudhishthir Maharaj told, keep silent, don't tell. Because now he has done in a secret way. If we reveal it, then he openly attacks. So keep it silent. And another time he fed again. Duryodhana, he mixed poison again. And Yuyutsu, the Dhritarashtra's son through a Vaishya wife, he came and told Bhima, Duryodhana mixed poison again, please be careful. But now Bhima is so strong, he drank all that rasa and all. He told, okay, bring it. He ate and he digested the poison. So in that way, so many difficulties for the this Vishan, Mahagne, they burnt in the house. So in that way, Asat Sabaya, Droni Astra, in that way, Pandavas experienced so much suffering. So in our lives also, there may be so many calamities come, like one mother, she joined her daughter in a very costly school, where the fee is very more, beyond her capacity. And the daughter is studying, but she is comparing with the other children there, who are all from rich families. They have costly mobiles. I also need it, which is beyond the mother's capacity. When she don't provide, she is telling, I will not speak to you. So there is a crisis, relationship crisis. Another mother, she is chanting, and the son want to marry against her wish. She want to marry a person from different social background. And another mother, her son got a disease, and they gave powerful antibiotics. Now he is losing the vision. He can't see more than a meter. So in that way, every home has a, they are practicing bhakti at the same time. Calamities also there. We don't know what is the Lord's plan. We need to tolerate tattenu kampa susamikshamano munjana yevatma krutam vipakam hrudvak tanurbeir vedadam namaste jiveta yo muktipada sadayabak. So we need to wait. We don't know what is Lord's plan. Sometime I was mentioning about my TV experience that actually forced me to read Prabhupada books. Previously I was not reading. For 4 years I was chanting, but I never read Prabhupada books. My mentor used to ask me, are you still chanting? How come you are not reading Prabhupada books and you have the faith to chant? So what he is telling is indirectly read Prabhupada books, that gives you. But I used to feel, so see, I am great. Without reading Prabhupada books also I am able to chant, like that I used to feel. But when I got this TB, then I felt actually, first time I thought about death seriously. Otherwise, previously when I am filling the life insurance form, there also that person is telling, if you die, you will get this much money, your family will get this much money. That he is my relative only, he saw maybe my face changed. He told, no, I am not telling you will die. If at all you will die, like that. Yeah, like that you see. Because I never thought about death only. But when the TV came, then I felt, oh, first time I kept my report there. All the other basemates, they went to offices. I took a PQPA book, went to one garden. I sat on the bench and read first time Prabhupada book. So sometime the calamities comes, at that time we feel it is a so misfortune. But later on we understand that actually it also helped us. So we need to see how this Dautatma Purusha Krishna, we not give up this process of bhakti. That's why Radha Prabhu was telling, one person is complaining, I don't go to temple, there are so many politics there. He was telling, are they doing Mangala Arati? Are they doing Bhagavatam class? Is there Srungara Arati? Everything is there. Then that is sufficient for you to go to the temple. The politics may be there, but what you are looking for, that is all there. So you better go there, like that. Although a person don't give up the this, but even at the stage of bhava also one may give up if he commits the offenses. So when the offenses are committed, even at the stage of bhava also one may give up the bhakti. Like Dvivida gorilla, he was at bhava stage, he committed offense to Lakshman and he lost it. So what we need to do is just what is in our hands is sadhana and no offenses. That is why Gaurang Prabhu tells attentive dealings and attentive chanting. If we do this much, then Krishna will take care, because it is mentioned Madruk Prapanna in that sloka, Alayaya, he is always alert. Even if someone don't pray also, he is always thinking how to deliver the living entities. So with this I will take. ఎవరు శ్రీమద్ భాగవతంకి శ్రీల ప్రభుపాదికి नागपत्नी भी है, बोला तो सुना, वो भी सुना, हाँ वो भी सुना।